for help you improving English listening skill. Today I talk about some short funny stories. The first short stories. When Alan was young, he played a lot of football and he was very good at it. But then he went and worked in a town and there was no team for him there. So he stopped playing. Then he began to get rather fat. He thought, I will stop playing football and now I'm getting fat. What am I going to do? He talked about it for a few days and then he said to himself, I know I'll play tennis. He had a few lessons and then played for a few months. He met a nice girl at tennis club one day and they played a game of tennis against other young men and women. Alan played very badly and was very angry with himself. I've never played as badly as this before, he said to the girl. Oh, she said, you have played before, have you? Finish so funny, sorry. And the second, Brooks was an Australian and worked for a newspaper in Sydney. Then he thought, I want to see Europe, so I'll go to England and work for a newspaper there for a few years. He flew to London and soon got work because he was good at his job. He lived in a small but comfortable house near London and he had a small garden. He enjoyed working in it on Saturdays and Sundays. He had nice neighbors on both sides, and they often worked in their garden on Saturdays and Sundays too. And then they talked and joked together. One day, he was digging a hole in his garden to plant a bush when one of the neighbors came to the fence between two gardens and looked at Brooke's work. He laughed and said, are you making a swimming pool? Oh no, answered Brooks. I'm going home. And the third, Dick lived in Oxford and he had a new girlfriend. Her name was Daisy. And Dick liked her very much. One Sunday they went for a picnic in the country and when they were walking to a nice place near a river, they saw a cow and its calf. Look, Daisy, they said, the cow giving its calf a kiss. Isn't that nice? Daisy stopped and looked, then smiled and said, yeah, it is, Dick. It's very pretty. Doesn't it make you want to have a kiss too, Daisy? Dick said and looking at her. Daisy talked for a few seconds and then she said, no, it doesn't really, Dick. Does it make you want to have one? Yes, it does, Daisy. Dick answered, holding her hand. All right, then go and get a kiss. Daisy answered, and away here, it looked like a nice white cow. So funny. He should go to cow and kiss him. Kiss her, not Daisy. And the fourth, Zoe and Fred, the fourth story. Zoe and Fred were helping to build a house in a village. The weather was very warm. There was a lot of dust everywhere, and by 12:30 they were very thirsty, so they stopped working to have their lunch. They found the nearest small bar, went in and sat down with their sandwiches. Good afternoon, gentlemen. What can I get you? The man behind the bar asked. They looked at Fred and said, "Beer, I think." "Yes, a pint of beer each. Is that all right for you, Fred?" "Yeah, that's all right," Fred said. Then he turned to the man behind the bar and said, "And I want it in a clean glass. Don't forget that." The man behind the bar filled the glasses and brought them to Joe and Fred. Then he said, "We will ask for the clean glass." Clean glass, not glass of beer. So funny. The fifth story. Mr. Johnson was a rich old man. He lived in a beautiful house in the country with lots of servants, but his wife was dead, and he did not have any children. Then he died suddenly, and people said, "His servant killed him because they wanted his money." But the servant said, "No, he did kill himself." The police came and asked the servant a lot of questions, and after a few weeks, there were a big trial. There were two famous lawyers and several important witnesses. "Tell me," one of the lawyers said to the witness one day, "did Mr. Johnson often talk to himself when he was alone?" "I don't know," the witness answered at once. "You don't know?" the lawyer repeated angrily. "You don't know, but you were his best friend, wasn't you? Why don't you know?" "Because I was never with him when he was alone," the witness answered. The sixth story. When Pat was 21 years old, he began to work in a small office in a city. At first, he never traveled anywhere, but then he became a little more important, and he began to go to other cities for a few days to do some work there. Of course, he stayed in small hotels when he was away from his home, but he did not know very much about living in hotel at first. One evening, when he was staying in a small hotel in Sheffield, he came back from the office and said to the clerk at the desk in the hotel, "Good evening. Did any letter come for me today, please?" The clerk was busy, but when he finished his work, he went to a big pile of letters and said, "One name, please." "Well," answered Pat, "the name will be on the letter." Yeah, today I have six funny short story to you. You can listen, but I think my voice not very attractive, not good pronunciation, but I think you, they can help you improve English listening skill better. I think if you want to improve English listening, you should reading out so much, make pronunciation step by step, improve English listening must be processed, not one day you can get it well. Bye bye and see you later.